Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. I just thought I would do my first video about the birth of my daughter, and just thought I'd share my experience with you all and how it went, and see if it can be any sort of comparison to your child's birth, and hopefully get some tips and ideas on what to do for your child's birth if you are due with a baby soon. So my daughter's nearly 2. She'll be 2 on the 28th of March. She was 5 days late. And unfortunately for me, I did not have to be induced. I did not have a sweep. I just naturally went into labour, which I was so lucky for. But I also did quite a lot of things to help myself. I did sit on a birthing ball. I did get a birthing ball and I was sat on there quite a lot. I did drink the raspberry leaf tea, but I don't think I drank it enough to really do anything, to be honest. I don't think it really brought on labour or anything. It contributed to it at all. And to be honest, I'm not a tea drinker, so to drink raspberry leaf tea, it just was not the best at all. So no, you could try it all you want, but you know, for me it didn't work. I also I did actually have a curry on the day that she was due, or maybe a day after she was due. I think she was due on the 23rd of March. And I did actually have a curry to see if any of it kick-started it. And I know it's all sort of, people say it's myths and it's old wives' tales, but in all honesty, I think me doing all of that really contributed to setting off my labour. So I think the 26th of March 2017 was Mother's Day, and I started with very slight period cramps. That's what you'd call it, I think. Earlier on in the day and all throughout the day, and then I laboured overnight, so I stayed at home, and just gradually the contractions were coming thick and fast. And I would really recommend staying at home for as long as possible, because although you feel like you're in a lot of pain, the pain is nowhere near as bad in the beginning. So just really try and stick it out for as long as possible, because the pain does get completely unbearable when you get closer and closer. So just try your best, and definitely get into a warm bath. I got into a warm bath and I stayed in there for about an hour or so, and that really worked for me. It really helped to just calm you down, because you do get very nervous and very stressed, and you're uncomfortable and you're scared, and all these feelings go on, and it's all perfectly normal. But the best way for you to have a very natural labour as possible and natural birth is to just stay as calm as possible. And then I think after that, yeah, I stayed at home all of the 27th, and then I did ring the midwife, or my partner rang the midwife at the hospital a good 3 times, I think, before she said yes, you can come in. Because obviously if you are not dilated to 4 centimetres, then they will not admit you and they'll just send you home. So, you know, really do try and stick it out as much as you can, but then eventually, you know, the contractions were really painful at this point, and I was making the most horrendous noises. And then, yeah, we just thought, right, let's, you know, make sure your bags are all packed, your bag, baby's bag, make sure everything is packed and ready. And then basically we both got into the car and off we went to the hospital. At this point it was nearly 4 p.m, maybe 5 p.m. Hey. Oh, hang on, my daughter's come to join. Say hello. Hello. And when we got to the hospital, they do check, obviously, how far along dilated you were, and I was fortunately 4 centimeters dilated, so I was chuffed. I was so happy. But they did tell me that there were no rooms available just yet. So, and the best thing to do really anyway is to let gravity take its natural course. So they advised me to go for a walk, which I wasn't particularly happy about because I was in a great deal of pain at this point. And as I said, I was making awful noises. And it was just so embarrassing walking around the hospital grounds and everyone's looking at you. But yeah, I went for a walk for about half an hour, and then I basically just couldn't do it anymore. So we came back to the labour ward, and eventually we did get a room. It wasn't very long. We got there, and I pretty much got a room straight away. And I was issued a midwife. She was called Sarah. She was lovely, really amazing midwife, fantastic. And yeah, it was just me and my partner, and you know, I got given a birth ball, which I was so happy about because this is what I'd already been doing throughout the end of my pregnancy, was going on the birth ball. So I did sit on there for a good few hours and just tried to labour as much as I could, because like I said, gravity is your best friend at this point, and it's definitely the best thing to do, to either walk around or sit on a birthing ball and just, yeah, let gravity take its course, really, because that's the best way to get the baby down and get it ready for delivery. So after a few hours, I was in absolute agony and I just couldn't deal with the pain anymore. So I was offered Gassiner or diamorphine. And I always said that I didn't want to go straight into the I just wanted to try the Gassiner first and just work my way up if the pain relief wasn't really working for me. So I had the Gassiner. Unfortunately, it really did help me. It really, really worked. I know some women get quite sick with it, but it did me wonders, real wonders. And I was very, very lucky, and I just stayed on that the rest of the labour. And then, it got to about 10 p.m. and I was 7 centimetres dilated, but my waters hadn't broken at this point. So I was just waiting for that to happen, really. And Sarah, the midwife, she was great. She just kept checking the baby's heartbeat. I wasn't attached to anything. I didn't have a catheter in. I wasn't on a drip or anything like that. I was so, so lucky. Her heart rate was absolutely fine during all the labour, sorry. And then it got to about 10:30 and I really needed what I thought was a wee. So I needed to go to the toilet. And whilst I was in the toilet, my waters just went completely. And that was it then. It just came so thick and fast. The contractions were even more painful. And yeah, I just carried on with the Gassiner. At this point, I did get onto the bed because I was really, really uncomfortable, and I just wanted to rest as much as I could before having to deliver. And then it got to 11:10 at night, PM, and basically she checked me and she said that I was 10 centimeters dilated and I was ready to push. So I just could not believe this. I couldn't believe how fast it all went, to be honest with you. Everything just went so smooth. So basically I started pushing and everything was fine. And she was born at 6 minutes past midnight on the 28th of March. I mean, I know that sounds like quite a long time for pushing, but you've got to think that your baby has got to come down the canal. Getting the head out is very difficult. It's quite painful. And yeah, it's quite a struggle, that part. But once you've got that part over with, you know, the baby just comes out. And fortunately, she was born completely, absolutely fine. She weighed £7, 12.5 ounces. And she was just perfect, absolutely perfect, beautiful. and it's just a day that you will never ever forget. It just stays with you for the rest of your life. I honestly think it will. And yeah, she put the baby on me, and we got to have a little cuddle, and oh, it was so nice. And I was offered the injection in your thigh to retrieve the placenta. And then literally minutes, probably about 10 minutes after she was born, I passed the placenta, and that was very straightforward, and there was nothing untoward with my placenta. All was fine. And basically, and unfortunately I didn't tear either. I didn't have to have an episiotomy or anything like that. I didn't need stitches. Fortunately for me, she had a very small head, which didn't feel like that at the time, I will add. But yeah, she came out and didn't hurt me too much, so I was so lucky. And then yeah, my partner, Ayla's daddy, cut her cord, and then I just latched her on as soon as I could, really, and she did take to it pretty well. And that was it, really. And then I got taken to a recovery room where me and Ayla stayed for the night. And then I was discharged at 3 p.m. the following afternoon, and we got to go home, and it was just perfect. It couldn't have gone any better. It couldn't have gone any better. But I honestly think if you go into your labour and delivery with a very open mind, and just try to keep as calm as possible and as strong as possible, you should have a relatively straightforward labour and delivery. I know complications happen, I understand that. But yeah, just go with your body, and hopefully you'll have a very straightforward labour and delivery like I did. And that was it, really. So we decided to name our daughter Ayla Marjorie after her great nan on her dad's side. And yeah, like I said, she's coming up 2 now, and she's just a perfect little girl. She's absolutely full of life, spirit, and she's so bubbly and funny, and she's just gorgeous. And we're very, very blessed. She's a very good child. Yeah, so if you have any questions about anything to do with labour and delivery, then please ask away at the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will provide more content for you. I apologise for this leopard onesie I have on, but I'm just going with it today, so I'm just having a mum day, you know, because little one's over there playing, so we're having a mum day. Chilled day. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, please subscribe, and I'll post some more videos soon. So see you guys. Bye.